what's going on? Totally just realized that I don't have anything open. Thought I had everything open, but apparently I do not. How's everybody doing? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Look at that, it's Thomas. You know that guy from the Discord that said he won't be here tonight? What is wrong with my lighting tonight? What is this thing going on down here? Maybe I'll just... I don't like it. Don't really necessarily know how to fix it either. Let's try maybe going a little bit like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll just try to... Whatever. You guys can deal with it. Sean, Goose, Jason, Thomas, Shin, Brad. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody had a good week. I know I did. Obviously can always be a little bit better, but I have absolutely nothing to complain about. Pull up our TraderSync here. Actually need to close that. So see if that works. Alrighty. I was like half set up. I was like set up but not really set up, but yeah. So we had Monday off this week, right? We had the holiday. We had a 4-day week. We never actually made goal this week. We got close. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday was that day that just nothing was cooperating. But we're pretty close, right? We're shooting for that $50 a day. We were pretty close. So I was actually just going back and looking at the year so far, and we've been doing well. We've had 3 total red days out of, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 22, 25, so 29 total days. Only 3 of them have been red, and they've all been, meh. This one was actually a pretty bad day. We actually fought back from being down quite a bit, so it wasn't too upset where we ended up finishing that day. But yeah, let's go over to the last 7 days here. We had a 88.888889% win rate this week. Not going to complain about that. Let's see, we had our biggest loser was $11.87. We only had 3 total losers over the course of 27 trades. Looks like our biggest winner was $24.74. So this is just kind of, the power of multiple trades, right? We didn't really ever have any like killer home run trades, and we had a lot of smaller trades in the afternoons that we were just kind of stacking. A lot of these like really small winners, these were all afternoon trades where I was just taking smaller size but continuing to trade a little bit and just kind of adding on to the day. I'm not one that feels very comfortable in the afternoon. I'm getting more and more comfortable as we move forward, and I'm really in a mindset now where I don't mind trying to push really hard for that time that I'm used to, right? Which is 9:30 till about 10:30. And after that, I start to get a little skeptical because a lot of the plays are usually news type plays, and I'm not really good at those as history has shown. So I'm slowly trying to get that out of my head completely, because I do realize that's the past, and I do trade a lot differently than when those 2 news plays in the past have got me pretty good. And so I really need to move past that. But as of right now, after 10:30, I've been like really kind of cutting my share size down. I'm going from say 100% down to 25%. So maybe the next step there, maybe even this next week, is to maybe not be so afraid, and instead of going, from 100 to 25, maybe just go 100 to 50, and then and go from there. There's definitely nothing wrong with continuing to trade with smaller size when you typically aren't trading anyway. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Today was just a slower day in general. It wasn't like the last couple Fridays we've had where it was pretty continuous throughout. It was really, actually, I think last Friday was pretty bad too, if I remember correctly. But it was like lunchtime hit today, and it was just done. At least for me, I kind of stuck around. I mean, there was a couple plays that popped up here and there, but I mean, they looked a lot more attractive to me. I think like SUM was one of them. That was like the only one that I saw that I would have been actually pretty interested in. But I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about, though, where there's no volume at all, and then out of nowhere you get all the volume. I have two of my biggest losses were trades like this in the afternoon, volume out of nowhere, probably a news play, and I just started it early and then got hammered, and I hit my max loss way too fast, or just I got out of control. Ended up coming up to the top and then pulling back to here, and then just kind of grinding sideways, and I had started it way early, so I never really gave a pullback. Looking at you, LYV. So things like that, they are rare, but they happen, and they kind of suck when they do happen. But that's what I have to realize is, they happen. And hopefully moving forward with the way that we're planning on scaling, it'll be a lot easier to possibly get out of those positions when we do kind of get caught in them. So even if we are a little bit early. But as of right now, just easing our way into those, right? We're doing something right. Something obviously has clicked. I owe a lot of credit to Brian and posting his videos on his little challenge account that he's made, FOMO Profit, on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, just being able to actually see something. I'm very much a visual learner. I know I've said this in the past. It's so much easier for me to see things happen. I just interpret things a lot better when I see them. So you could sit here and burn me up. That's not the words I was looking for. You could sit here and just tell me over and over something a million times, and sure, I'll understand what you're saying, but it's hard for me to implement that same thing because that's just not how I work. But if I can just see it happen just once, it's like, oh, just kind of clicks, right? Some people are that way. I'm that way. And so I do really owe a lot of credit to him. Between that and the bubbles, I don't really know what else to give credit to whatever switch flipped. I mean, I know over the course of trading for 2.5 years, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of just consumption of everything that you're doing on a daily basis. There's the screen time. There's the studying. There's just the overall knowledge of everything. And it's so many moving parts. And like, just imagine like 2 or even like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like gears, right? And they're all just spinning in place with no real connection. And I guess maybe what is happening right now is those gears are finally starting to come together. I think that's a good analogy as into what I think is happening. It's a lot of moving parts that are finally coming together and working together to see everything as it is. And it really is crazy because there are some people that I talk to, and they're saying, I'm so glad to, they're congratulating me, saying things are starting to look like they're clicking, and this and that. And some have been asking me like, what did you do? And I don't know. Like, I haven't really done anything except for the new year was coming, and there was just part of me that was just tired of doing what I was doing. And I remember just waking up one morning and just saying, I'm done, like, being Tinker Tim. That is the best way to put it. I was just tinkering all the time, and I just wasn't keeping it simple. And what I was getting at with this is, a couple people have asked, like, how am I doing it? And when you really try to break down what I'm actually doing, it really is simple. It's so simple, yet it's so hard. And Brian says it all the time. It's like the strategy itself is so simple, but it's like playing, poker. If you've never played poker before, I could teach you the rules and anyone can play the game, but to master that game takes years. I've been playing poker since I was 16, and I still don't feel like I know anything about the game. I mean, I feel like I know a lot about the game, but I feel like if I were to play against people that really understand the game, I wouldn't have a clue. Like, they would just take me to town. And that's the same way with the stock market. I think we were just shown that with the whole GME, AMC, all that stuff going on, that us retail traders, we're not in control. We're not in control. Our job as a retail trader, if this is what you want to do, is to come in, take what the market provides you, and be on your way. There is no part of us that, should be trying to mess with the big people's money, like these guys did with GME and AMC and all that stuff, because it's not going to turn out well. And they proved that. And not only did they prove that, but now instead of looking like they're going to get in trouble for it, they're trying to turn around and find the people that are responsible for pumping the stock and change the narrative that, it's their fault. So it's a very interesting and humble experience to see things like GME happen, to know and really see who's in control. I mean, everyone says you can see who's in control, like you kind of know who's in control to begin with, but to see something like that play out and just, see it happen, it's pretty interesting. Sorry, I just saw what I thought was kind of like a trend line as I was kind of sitting here babbling. But I don't know, that's the old me. I used to draw trend lines like it was my job. That was all I used to trade back in the day. I would literally sit here and I would just do this all day. I would have, like, there'd be a trend line like this. I'd wait for it to break and I would look to get short there. Same thing on the way down. I would draw like a trend line like this. Once that broke, I'd look to get long. And I'm not going to, believe it or not, before ISW, the best I ever did was literally just that. And it's so funny because in reality, some of the best strategies are just so simple. It's like, there's no like EMAs crossing each other. There's it's just there's a couple trend lines. Like, you could do this probably for a lot of stocks. Like, I don't know, let's just randomly check a couple. Well, ears probably wasn't a really good one. I tried so hard and I was so... Oh, wait, it wasn't ears. It was EOLS. How did that thing end up? Okay, so it did end up going higher. I have a theory, and this is the first time I didn't see it happen, but this is kind of a different scenario because this thing was like halted in pre-market and then opened up. It wasn't like it halted intraday. But I was so convinced that this is the first gap up out of a halt that didn't fill the gap in a long time. I've been testing this theory for a few weeks now, and even before that, I feel like mentally I was noticing it, but I never actually was paying attention, like writing it down, actually seeing if it happened. And the theory is, if you come up and halt and then gap up out of that halt, that at some point you're going to fill that gap. Like that's the simple prognosis or theory, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, it worked here. And that was kind of my thought process going in. But you can't deny when it goes up and halts again, comes down. We actually put this order out. It was a pretty good order to put out there. Pretty much bottom tick, because then it ended up going right back higher. And the reason we didn't cover here is because we got that fill. I was actually looking to add up through 15, closer to the halt, but it never got there. And then it dumped. So we ended up taking some more off, and we were really trying to hold these last shares, looking for this gap to fill, but it just couldn't quite get there. It really felt like it was finding support here at this 1150, and then it made this dump through, and I was like, sweet, we're going for the gap fill. It got all the way down to 11.13, but then it got bought right back up, and it kept poking through 11.50, and it kept trying to hold through. And then, of course, that final time, it was like the third time it went back through. I was like, dang it, this thing's going to actually bounce. It had a nice bottom wick. It was finding support. It got back above that line. I was like, this thing's going to at least try VWAP. I'm going to take half of what I had left off. And of course, like right after I got out, it dumped back down and ended up making this move. But I was down to complete leftover, so I was looking for this thing. I told everyone, I was like, I put a $2 trail on this. So my final take profit was, I think I got a little slippage, but 12.38. So yeah, 32. So I got 6-inch slippage. But I put a $2 trail on this thing looking, I said, I'm going to be covering down here at 774 because the halt was at 773. I was like, my cover is going to be at 774 or I'm going to get stopped out, with a $2 trail. And I got stopped out with a $2 trail. So it did go back up even higher and ended up doing that. But it is what it is. It was still a green trade. Obviously, my average was up here. I think it was 1330-ish. Yeah, it looks about right. Maybe it was 1320. I think it was 1320. But yeah, but I guess what I was getting at is the trend lines. Let's see if we can draw a couple here, just for shits and giggles. Coming down, right? Broke that trend line. Coming back up. Broke that trend line. Coming back down. I mean, that one's a little too sharp. Probably wouldn't do that. You're looking for more of a grinder type play. You're looking for those ones that kind of just gradually make a real trend line, and then when it breaks, you look to get in, right? So broke there. Really nothing here. I guess you kind of have another one here. I mean, they're everywhere, right? I used to trade this way. That was all I would do. I just pull up a stock that's moving well, had a lot of volume, and it was kind of following technical patterns for the most part. And as you can see, I mean, this is just chop, right? But within that was how I used to trade. And it was, to me, it was still very 50-50, maybe like 55-45 kind of thing. But obviously, we're looking at this in hindsight. But anytime you would get like a pretty nice trend line, it seemed to get a little follow through. Like, it was just one of those things that seemed to work. But see who I missed here. Who came in here? Jag Lance, what's up, man? Brian's in the house. What's up? The Lambo. I ain't ever gonna have a Lambo. I want a Tesla. I really do. I'm not a Tesla fanboy. I really love the idea of a car driving me somewhere and me not driving a car somewhere. I really love the idea of that. And I've been watching a lot of the YouTube channels that have the full self-driving beta right now, and it's impressive. It's really, really impressive to know that, like, with kids, we can jump on the road, go on a road trip, and obviously you still have to pay attention, but to know that I can just put an address in and say, let's go, I'm really excited for that. I'm like really excited for that. I really am looking at the Y. I really like the Y. The X is too much. The 3 would probably be too small. I used to be a car guy, and it's funny, ever since I got my Acadia, I really love having the bigger car and the space, and looking at the safety ratings. If you ever get a chance, go watch some like the crash videos, the crash safety rating videos on Teslas, and go look at the Model Y. The thing is, it's a tank. The only thing I can see beating it when it finally comes out is the Cybertruck. I mean, that thing is literally a tank. So they did have to make it a little bit smaller, but other than that, it's still a tank. I mean, he's literally building it to be a tank. The full self-driving beta is pretty, yeah. Dude, I have like 4 different channels that I watch. The one guy that has AI driver as his license plate, that's the main guy that I like to watch. He does a lot of good videos. I actually was just watching one right before the stream started, and it's impressive. I've been telling the wife for about a year now that my next car down the road, whenever that is, whenever the Acadia decides to take a dump, because I love the Acadia. I won't get rid of that thing. I'll ride it till it dies. And by the time that thing dies, it's 2015, so hopefully we have a little while. Tesla should be somewhere special by that point, and I look very much forward to what they will have to offer then. The other cool thing is, have you guys seen the Model S Plaid edition? It's a tri-motor. The thing gets 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. Quarter mile in under 10 seconds. It's disgusting. It makes me really excited to see what the 2020 Roadster is going to be like. Which, are they going to change the name of that, by the way? Like, that's kind of awkward at this point. I feel like they have to change the name of it because it clearly didn't come out. I think they said they're going to try to start production by the end of the year. But who knows? Same with the Cybertruck, I think. David, got my first green day with a Trade Zero account. I know, I saw that you posted that in the Discord. But at least I can get food. That's like, that's the 3-pointer meal at Chipotle. Did you guys know that? At Chipotle, if you get only 3 things, so like if you got rice and chicken, that's only 3 points. So they charge you like significantly less. It's like $4 and let's say it's like $4.30 or something like that. It's $4 and something. Or it might even be $3.80. I don't know. It's somewhere in that ballpark. But my wife used to get it, and she always wanted lettuce too, but lettuce would make it 4 points because it's 1 point for any like side, and then 2 points for any meat, so like any of the proteins. So a 3-pointer, she would always get chicken and rice, but she would always want lettuce too. And I don't even remember what happened. One day somebody charged us for a 3-pointer because she got chicken, rice, and lettuce. And I asked the cashier, I was like, what is it? And then that's when I learned about it. So from then on, anytime we used to get Chipotle together, I would just get lettuce and ask for extra lettuce. And I would just give her some lettuce so that there was no mistake at the register, because I think that guy was just being nice that day. And so she would always just get chicken and rice. It would be like $6.39 for mine. This is back when it was only $6.39 for a chicken bowl. And hers was like $4.39. And I would just give her some lettuce. It was like, it made no sense not to. So you could afford a 3-pointer, but you can't afford like the actual bowl if you get it, like if you get all the ingredients. So anyways, this was one of my trades, EOLS. We played this out of the halt. I got a nice little ad as it was trying to go into the second halt, or it did go into the second halt. Did we even get the top there? What was it? 76? We got 74. Close enough. Ears. This was a good trade. Gap fill, right? I remember saying I'm going to try to take half off and look for the gap fill on this one, and we got it. It actually kept on going, which is pretty crazy. MKGI. Definitely could have got more out of this one. I really need to be a little bit more patient sometimes, especially when I get such good entries. But how many times too, I say that in hindsight because a lot of the charts did this today, but I mean, it tried to bounce, it went all the way back up here and then came back down, and it actually did bounce again. Like if you go watch the live trade, and that was what caused me to get out of this. And obviously, unfortunately, it kept on going down. I just had the starter. I didn't have enough shares to, take half off and try to ride the other half down. But is what it is. We're almost there to the point where we're going to start being able to take half as we scale up. So I'm not really too worried about it now because I know in the future we're going to be trying that a little bit more. But right now, just locking in the profits and stacking them up. Can't be too upset about it. SFTW. I don't remember this one. This is probably another one where I could have waited a little bit longer, but this was actually a really good trade. What's our entry on this one? 1731. I don't know why it's not letting me see the... Oh, there it goes. 1730 out at 1658. So pretty good trade there, almost 80 cents. 72 cents. That was our biggest winner today, right? Yep. Yeah, that was our biggest winner. And if you notice, look at when we took that trade, right? A little bit more confident, took the proper size, was ready to obviously add into this through 1750. Didn't quite get there. So ended up with a good starter win there. Could have took more or took half off, got some more. A lot of these kind of just died. the rest of the day, but it is what it is. You got we'll go back to some of the trades from Tuesday, and or was it Wednesday, and we can see that that wasn't always the case. Was this? Yeah, Wednesday. Then we had XNet. This was just a pure boredom trade. Brian was already in it. I think at like 1050 around there is when he got in this. This is not a play you would typically see from me. However, it was going straight up, and then it finally had a bigger candle that felt like FOMO, and we were getting right to that whole dollar at 11. The bubbles showed a lot of resistance there at 11, so I decided to take a chance, and it paid off right away, so we just took it off. And it did bounce back up, came back down, tried to go lower, and then ultimately ended up going high of day again. Obviously, it came back down. And again, what do I always say? Once you get that pullback, what it does after the pullback, who knows, right? And this is a good example of all the other ones where we saw pulled back and then just kept on going, right? Well, this one didn't. This one pulled back, got out where we felt that pullback, and then it went higher. And then ended up going higher again, even though it went lower here. But that's what I always say. After the intense move up, we're looking for that retrace, the pullback. That's what the high probability play is. What it does after that, no idea. Don't really care most of the time because I'm already out. If I have leftovers, usually we're stopping those out at break even or high a day, depending on how much I like the trade. Just etc. with the leftovers, but they're leftovers for a reason. March 1st is the size up, and only Jersey Mike's and Taco Bell. You don't like Chipotle. It's yuck. What? Do you want to get banned? Chipotle is amazing. How can you like Taco Bell and not like Chipotle? I mean, Jersey Mike's I can't deny is okay. I mean, I'm not a big Jersey Mike's fan. Taco Bell, I will never crap on. Taco Bell is my childhood. But Chipotle is much better than Taco Bell. Taco Bell is like the McDonald's of Mexican food, I guess. Chipotle is like mid-tier. Boyds, what's up, man? So the scaling, I've been getting this question asked a lot lately because we've been doing so well. And I want you guys to understand too, if we go back real quick and take a look at the calendar, it will actually baffle you a little bit to know that I never really went up too much in size to start the year. And these numbers went way up. Like our daily numbers went way up. Why is that? Well, look at the amount of trades. 5, 3, 7, 17, 13, 8, 19. I mean, that was a bad day, but 7, 5, 6, 9, 7, 6, 6, 6, 7, 5, 8, 3, 8, 18. That was an interesting day. I'll have to look at that one. 8, 7, 5, 7, 9, 6, 4, 3. I remember that day now. That was the day we were down like $160 or something, and we actually came back and ended up green. The amount of trades, when they are being presented, we're taking them, right? We're taking, yes, smaller size still, but we're stacking the winners. Whereas where before, if we go back, we're taking, if you go back to even when I just started the YouTube channel all the way up until the beginning of this year, I was taking 1 to like 3 trades a day, like total. And it was either those trades made my day or broke my day. It was that simple. But now I can have those, losers that not get away from me, but just don't end up working out. And as long as I have the winners to stack up behind it, then you can have days like this where you have, like, let's go check this day out. Let's see if this is the dashboard. Yeah, it should be. So, yeah, look, we had the 2 big losses on JMIA to start the day. That's 112, like 130-ish. Yeah, like $130 almost that we were down to start the day. Yep, 935, 937. And that was all we did all day. We fought back, right? Nothing crazy. No like going big, doubling down to make that back. We just traded normal. And we just pieced it together. We even had another, like, this was a break even trade and another loss here in MKD, but we just pieced it. We just pieced at it, right? We didn't do anything crazy. And it's crazy because I remember when we took these losses, I was so down because I was like, oh, it's Friday. It's going to die down at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, like every Friday. And for some reason, this was that Friday where everything just was going in the afternoon. And so I just sat here and I just traded. Granted, I wasn't doing necessarily 25% in the afternoon. I was still kind of going like 50, 75%. And, but, you know, I was trying to make back the bigger loss. So I was taking a little bit more risk in the afternoon. But I wasn't like I didn't go from like 100% to 200% trying to make it all back in one shot, right? And I really feel like that's been the key. The key has been the quality and quantity of trades versus just looking for 1 to 3 trades and really trying to make my day focus on that. Because if I concentrate on like just 1 to 3 trades, I took 2 trades there on JMIA. That's 2 of 3 possible trades on the day if we're looking at it that way, and I'm down that much. So obviously my winners they're not that big. So it would have been pretty tough. I actually want to know what that chart looks like. I don't remember trading that, to be completely honest. I mean, I remember trading it, but I don't remember how it played out. Oh, wait, that wasn't this week, was it? That's probably why. Oh, yeah, that was back in January, so we're going to have to look at it in here. I don't have that chart on me. They put it in here. Hells yeah, TraderSync. This is new, guys. They're running P&L. I really wish... I want to know if they did this somewhere on the main screen as well for like the full day. I'm going to have to play with that. This is the first time I've actually seen it because I didn't actually look at this today. That's awesome. All right, so it's taking my trade and it's showing you the running P&L, but this isn't right at all. This is it's backwards. Right? Because we ended up down $85, which is where it ends, $85.49, but it's backwards. Like it should be upside down because it's saying profit, but it's not actually profit. It was a loss. So we'll have to mess around with that. What's up, mama? Yeah, Drunk Tim will be back, just not right now. I've been going through a lot of stuff right now, just a lot of transitioning type stuff. Like David actually had made a comment earlier today that I don't make videos anymore, and it's been a lot. The winter time especially has been hard because the kids can't really go out and do things. Like we don't go out as much. It's a lot of like at home time. Just with having the computer over at my mom's now, it's not as easy as just going downstairs, hopping on to work, right? I have to actually designate time to do this stuff. And to be quite honest, I'd rather be at the house with the kids, or, you know, when I do come back over here, it's kind of my relaxed time. When I first started the channel, I was very gung-ho, and I still am gung-ho, but I'm more worried about progressing as a trader, more so than worrying about the channel. And I do feel like I have a lot of content out there, but I also feel like I'm to the point now where I've put myself out there from beginning until now, and it's been every day. I've posted every single day. I've shown you exactly what's happened every single day, and I am to the point now where I want to basically prove to myself that this is working. So I'm really not focused on YouTube right now. That's kind of why I went back to just live streaming my trades, so people can still see what I'm doing every day, and they can actually see it in real time. But I'm just not focused on, you know, making the extra videos. There are still some videos that I plan on making, like my CMEG review. I really want to do that, but I have something kind of big in the works for that, and I'm waiting for a lot of their approval on what's going to be said in that video. That's why I haven't put it out at the beginning of the year like I usually do. I've been waiting for the approval to do some certain things with that. There's TraderSync. I have a good video that I want to do about that. I want to finish. I'm pretty sure I still have a couple of trading tip videos that I need to do with ISW. And then I also have some more DOS videos that I would like to do. So I have a bunch of videos that I want to do. It's just now's not the right time. I'd rather focus on what's most important and what's been the most important this entire time, and that is the trading itself. Trading will always be first to me. I am not here to be a YouTuber, and I've said that countless times. I can't tell you how many times I've had people show up and say, "Hey, if you did this, you'd get more subscribers," and my response to them is always the same. I don't care. Like I don't care about the subscribers. The people that I want to be here are the people that want to be here. The people that want to be part of the 10%. I do not want to cater to the 90%. I don't want the 90% here. I've said it so many times before. I don't want to show up and just be answering questions for people that don't have any clue about trading and they're looking for someone to, give them shortcuts. No, go learn all the basics, learn the lingo, learn, how to read charts, learn what level 2 is, learn all that stuff, and then come here, right? I will talk trading with you all day. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite thing in the world besides my family and my kids. My family, obviously, kids first, then family. But it's my favorite thing to do. I can't get enough of it. And I know that how much work I had to put into this, even to get where I was a year ago or 2 years ago. And if you're not willing to put that work in before you just start walking around asking for handouts, then that's not the person I want to talk to. I'm not looking for the people that are on Wall Street bets, and I don't want anything to do with them. I don't want people to be like, oh, what's the next hot stock? I don't know. It's whatever the scanner tells me. Like that's not what you should be focused on. And I was just having a conversation with someone earlier. You can't get too caught up in that outside crap. This has been a thing since the beginning. Find that one thing, your edge, your strategy that works, and perfect it. Find that bread and butter. That one thing that works and you can go to every single time. And for me, it's the pop and drop. And yes, I'm going to start calling that thing the pop and drop again, because that's what I called it when I first started doing it, when I first found ISW. And it was so simple back then. It popped up, you got in, and it dropped. It's the pop and drop. And it really is that simple. Find that one thing that gives you the edge over the house, that gives you the edge over everybody else, over the market, that and are confident that you can make money on. Name it, perfect it, know the ins and outs of it. You guys hear me go on this rant all the time. Know what you're going to do if it goes low a day. Know what you're going to do if it goes high a day. Know what you're going to do if it just starts chopping around. Know what you're going to do if it halts. Know what you're going to do in every possible situation that can be thrown at you. And once you have that one thing mastered and perfected, then you can start to branch out a little bit if you really want to. But if you're making consistently good money, I don't really understand why you'd want to change it. And Brian will tell you that, speaking of Brian, because it works. It works. It's that simple. I didn't forget my bottle tonight. I didn't bring it. Alpine, what's up, man? Yeah, SNDL. Hold on, I want to scroll in on this real quick. I forgot how we scroll on this. Is it control? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is how my morning started. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. This is one of those ones, I think, wasn't this the one that we ran out of shares? I think this is the one we ran out of shares. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch the video. This might have been the one we ran out of shares. Because I think I went to add and I couldn't. And then it started to go back up. And I was like, well, I can't even get my way out of it. And then I got out and then, of course, it dumped. I'm pretty sure that's what this one was. And that was how my morning started. But then we came back. We came back that day. right? That was the day we just pieced it back. I'm almost positive that's exactly what happened. We ran out of shares. First trade, obviously we didn't, but first trade, I think we just started early and then it just went higher. Yeah, we actually did a 112 on the first trade. Let's see. Yep. So the first one. Oh, okay. I remember this. So most likely it went up. We added to it, looking for that to be the top. It wasn't. Probably should have took half off there, but I did not. I've been getting really good at that lately, recycling the shares and then adding back, even if it is a fake out breakout. But then we added here. It probably dropped down and then ended up going back up higher, and then we just cut the whole thing. So obviously on this candle, it doesn't look like it, but I'm assuming after we added, it probably tried to come down and then went higher. And I just realized that, I was early, especially because I didn't take anything off when it went high of day. Just realized I wasn't in the trade I wanted to be in at the moment, so just took it off. And as you can see, it ended up being the right choice. I'm wondering if this is the one where I covered by accident. I honestly don't remember. I think it is. I think I covered by accident, and then I think I got back in, and this is where the second trade started, and then it ended up still not working. I honestly don't remember, to be completely honest. I'd have to go back and watch it, so I don't want to lie to you. Constantine, good morning. Good morning. All right, let's get out of this. Get this back to where it belongs. Yeah, as you can see, since January 6th, we've been doing well. I was laughing. I posted the picture yesterday inside ISW, and I was like, "There's something wrong with my chart or my journal. Like it's going up. There's something wrong with it." But yeah. So why isn't in your notes per trade? I stopped taking notes, Thomas, because when I do go back and review trades, and when I do, I just go back and watch the trade on YouTube. So when I first originally started my journal, that was actually what got me into recording the trades in the first place. Was I noticed I came across like the Mark Douglas Trading in the Zone, and never realized that emotions were as big of a part of trading as one would think. And what better way to see what your emotions are doing than actually being able to watch them? So that was actually what really got me into recording my trades. And the reason I even started putting them on YouTube was I started doing that privately at first because I didn't want to have to buy, terabytes of storage to keep all of these videos on from every day. So I was uploading them that way. And I was like, I saw some other channels out there. GDT was one of them. And I was like, there's really not a channel out there that is fully transparent, like 100%, like from the beginning, just fully transparent. And I felt like I could do, I could do the service to the people, I guess, is kind of what I was thinking when I started the channel. But that was really just a backstory to me just having a place to put my videos for free. That was really why the channel started in the first place, to be completely honest. But yeah, to answer your questions, it's because I don't make the notes. If I really have a question about a trade, I'll just go back and watch it live. I don't really need to write the notes in there. At least I tried the whole writing the notes thing down for a long time. I'm talking like 6+ months. And I found myself writing them down. And sometimes I would even go over them like at the end of the week. And it wasn't doing anything for me. I think I got to the point now where it was just kind of like Brian says, like it's same thing, different day. That's what it became. Like when I was making a mistake, not a mistake, but like when I was making a losing trade, it was becoming so routine that it was like the same thing over and over again. Got in, scaled in, tried to pull back, didn't pull back, went high of day, cut it. Like it was like the same. It was just this. When I lost, it was the same thing over and over again. When I won, it was the same thing over and over again. And now it's more of just trying to maximize the amount of patience. I think patience is my biggest problem right now. As you guys see, I mean, my entries have been on point lately, right? But this was actually a pretty decent amount of patience trying to get that gap fill from the halt. But my patience on waiting when we have a good average for bigger, like possibly bigger moves has been my issue. But I also am pretty good at feeling the bottoms of these bounces that retrace. This one, obviously not so much. I think I just put an order out for this one and it just got filled. So I didn't really feel anything on this one. But these are the ones I'm kind of talking about. Sometimes when they get spready, I'll throw orders out there. Sometimes even when they're not, I just throw orders out where I'd be real happy if I got filled. And this was one of them. But obviously sometimes they continue. So I think a lot of the times, maybe trying to read the charts a little bit better, maybe look for better areas of possible bounce, support, whatever it may be. Just trying to squeeze more. Obviously trying to scale out of positions a little bit more will help. I really think going the route of like 75% on that first cover is something I'm going to probably go with. It's something I've been putting a lot of thought into, because there's a lot of times where I'll take half and I'll leave the other half to try to get this move, but then it'll go back and stop me out. And a lot of times I'll usually just use high of day, because sometimes you get those bounces. Like if my average was here, a bounce to there from here is not that hard to do, but a bounce up through high of day is not that bad. But if my average is here and I take half off here and then the other half gets stopped out of high of day, I end up with a break-even trade, right? So I definitely don't want that. I don't want to have a good entry, have a nice pullback, and then have it go against me and I end up with a break-even trade. I just don't think that that's a good thing. Taking like 75% off, looking for the extra 25%, maybe to just try to ride it as long as possible, looking for these big moves back down. Because if we scroll out, most definitely would have just been looking for about that area right there. So that would have been a nice move back down, and obviously it got there. So I think I just need to stay scrolled out, because I mean this is what I'm looking at while I'm trading, and I need to just identify those levels a little bit better. I say it all. I've been saying it for a long time. You get a big move through previous resistance, the odds are it's going to probably try to come back and retest that area. It's just kind of what stocks do, and it's something that I've noticed, and I just need to get a little bit better at having the patience to at least have some leftovers looking for that area. And CMEG or IB nowadays. I'm with IB. I haven't been with CMEG since September. Don't quote me on that. I want to say it was September. I think it was September. There's nothing wrong with CMEG. That was purely just to better my overall outlook of everything. Commissions are better at IB. Obviously with the US broker, it's insured. You can put more money into an account and not have to worry about it. Obviously I never worried about the money with CMEG, and I had no problems with them at all, and I still support them 100%. Obviously I'm still affiliated with them, so that should tell you something. But I don't affiliate with something that I don't believe in. CMEG, TraderSync, ISW, that's the three that I'm affiliated with. WeBull, but I am affiliated with WeBull for you guys. And if you still haven't got the free stocks, it helps both of us out. It supports the channel, obviously, because I get a free stock when you sign up. But it's literally free. I don't beg for that stuff. I've never begged for affiliation, for you guys to sign up for anything. I use these tools because I believe in them. And if I can help you out, to use the same tools, to get a cheaper price for them, then hell's yeah. Why wouldn't I, right? And in return, it helps the channel. It helps me out too. Helps the channel. So the WeBull thing, I try to stress it all the time. It's literally free. Ask my mom. She did it. And she did the $100 she put in to get the extra free stocks. she never touched it. It just stayed in the account, and she actually just withdrew it last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't remember, but I try to say all you have to do is, if you have $100 to throw in there, make an account. You throw the $100 in. You just have to let it sit there for a month after you get the free stocks, and then you take it back out. You never have to use it. Their intention is that if you put the $100 in there, you're going to want to use it. But if not, you're still getting the chance at these stocks that could be worth a little bit of money. I actually got, was it PCAR? I think it was, from one of the free stocks that I got. Let's see. I don't really use this too much. Yeah, PCAR. And it's now worth $95. It was like 60 something when I got it. Let's look at it on over here. I don't like their charts. I'm just not used to them. But if we look at the daily, I got it at 65, so it was back when I signed up, which was somewhere in here. So, as you can see, it's done well after the pandemic. Well, not after the pandemic. We're still in the pandemic, but after the pandemic drop, it's done really well. So, you have a chance at getting one of these stocks. I mean, the odds are you're not going to. You're probably going to end up, if you get 2 free stocks, you're probably going to end up with like $12 to $15 worth of stock. But it's free. It's literally free. So, you guys do you, but obviously that link's down in the description below. I feel like Graham Stephan. If you guys watch him, he's always bringing up the WeBull thing. I can only imagine the amount of stocks that he's gotten from saying that in every one of his videos. That dude's raking in the money. He found a way to be in the get the financial ads on his videos because he talks about finance without actually like really doing finance. Like his channel's really good though. See? Thomas's free stocks are worth $70. Beautiful. It's the odds are you're not going to get good ones, but you can, right? It's where, and I think they say the first one, let's just click the link and find out real quick. I think the first one is it's like up to $15 or something. And then actually I don't even have that link in the description for the live stream, do I? Nope, sure don't. Hold on.
I'm going to very quick.
Let's see. Okay, I do have it here. Let me look at me. I'm such a good content creator. Keep my descriptions updated and everything.
I'm going to.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's put it under TraderSync. There we go. All right. So if you click the link, it'll bring you to this. It's really bright. And let's see what it says. Yeah. Oh, wait. It says night mode. Let me click that. It should be on night mode for me anyway. It's so bright for it. I guess that's just the image. So it's just a white image. Nothing I can do about that. So here it is. Get a free stock when you sign up, just to open the account, between $2 and $250. $250 and $250. And then if you make the deposit of $100, like I was saying, you'll get a free stock between $8 and $1,600. So the minimum amount you would get is $10.50 between the two stocks, but theoretically, you could get $1,850 worth of stock. So And I mean, it says here, so chances of getting 2 free stocks, you have a 100% chance of getting those just by depositing the $100. You get the one for just opening the account. You get the other one after the deposit. And then it says like Facebook, Procter & Gamble, Starbucks, Snapchat. And it's like you have a 1 in 100 chance of getting a free stock from one of these companies. That's actually not that bad. I actually thought it was way worse than that. Google, Facebook, Procter & Gamble, Starbucks, Kraft, Heinz, Snap. You have a 1 in 50 chance of getting a free stock from one of these companies when you make the initial deposit of $100 or more. That's crazy. I would have thought that number was way higher. I feel like they're probably lying. Let's see. I know it's in here too. Like the odds. Yeah, here we go. So the stock in the $2.50 to $10 share range is approximately 1 to 1.02. So the odds are you're going to end up with one of those. Stock in the $10 to $50 share range is 1 to 52. 1 out of every 52.63. From 80 to 100, it's 1 in every 1,111. From 100 to 250, it's 1 in 10,000. And then after you deposit the $100, from 8 to 30, it's 1 to 1.02. So you're most likely going to get that one. From 30 to 100 so it's the same odds. It's just the higher amount because you deposited the money. So there you go. Go open the account with the link in the description. Deposit $100, get 2 free stocks. Let me know which 2 you get. They started at like 8 and 15, but still, that's better than 2 and 8. But that's awesome, right? Yeah. I mean, can't hurt. It can't hurt to try it out, right? It was literally free. Was it not, Thomas? Was it not free? Mom, was it not free? Literally? I mean, you had to put the $100 in, but you never had to use it. You literally could take it back out. And now your $100 turned into $70. You almost doubled your money just for taking the time to open the account and whatnot. So what else can we do? Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any cool things they're doing over the weekend? Anybody got anything? Bueller? Not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to sleeping. Haven't been sleeping the best. Hasn't been sleeping the worst, to be honest, but definitely looking forward to some sleep. Is there anybody here interested in the ISW scanners that has not already won the ISW scanners? I see there's 15 of you here. I got 19 likes though, so there's a lot of people that came in and left. I'm assuming that's like your Bryans, your Lances. Who else does? David usually does it. Brad usually does it. Brad sometimes is kind of just sneaky. He's like sitting back there. 20? Oh, that's right. I always forget about that. Mine says 19. Here, let me show you. Mine says 19. It's always one less. I don't know why. At this point you'd think I would understand that it's that way and always add one, but I don't, because I'm apparently bad at doing that. But if not, I mean, shit. Don't let me hold you guys back. Maybe we'll just do the Wheel of Awesomeness real quick and just get out of here. I could really possibly just chill out for the next hour and relax. Maybe watch some Designated Survivor. Don't start watching Designated Survivor unless you plan on watching all 3 seasons. Because if you watch the first season, you're gonna end up watching the next 2. They're pretty long. They're 45-minute episodes. There's like 21 episodes in each season, I think. Possibly me. Yeah, I randomly started it, and I was just like, now I'm hooked. I just finished season 2. I just started season 3. So I think that's what I'm going to do. 21? Yeah, it looks like mine says 20 now. So somebody else must have hit it. Well, here, I will ask if there's anyone interested in the ISW team package giveaway that I do every night. I'm going to do it now. All you got to do is type 27 into the chat. If Jason's the only one, We'll give it till 10:05. We'll sit here and BS until 10:05. We will also get the Wheel of Awesomeness going for this week. Look at that Wheel of Awesomeness from last week. That's what I'm talking about. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Jason. I'm gonna go home and watch the watch an episode. Actually, let's just go through and delete. I know Bellman wasn't here. No, or was LA here? No, that was earlier. He was there during the live stream this morning. Shim was here. Alpine was here. Thomas is here. Jag, Brian, Laura. Akmal was not here. Sammy, were you here, Sammy? I don't remember seeing you. No Sammy tonight. I need to start putting a nice thank you, by the way, to everyone that has been supporting me via the join button. I said I was going to do that, and I totally forgot. I'm not going to lie. And I really need to get back to doing that, because I think there's a couple of you now. Yeah, I have 6 of you now. So I really need to get on that. Got Thomas, Jonathan, Justin at Garage Day Trading, Jason, thank you guys, Victor and Shin. I really do appreciate you guys. I really do. I'm gonna think of something other than what I have going on with it now, and we'll get a way to give you that recognition that you definitely deserve. Cuddle? Yeah, of course. That's free. I'll cuddle with you all day. Jeff wasn't here. Biz was here. Akmal, why did I put him in there twice? Justin didn't stop by. I think he's getting drunk. Zishan was here. No Kevin, no Ricky. All right, I think that's everyone that is here. DT, Earth. All right, so Jason, looks like you got some competition. How do I enter? Just type 27, man. Didn't you win already? I thought. No, you didn't. For some reason, I don't remember. Your LTE. I'll put you in there. Actually, let me start that tab. Jason, you want in, obviously, right? Jason, DT, Earth, and Zishan. Again, we're going to do that one at 10:05, guys. You got 2 more minutes. If you want to get part of the team package, ISW, you get all the scanners, you get both chat rooms, you get everything. It's worth so much money. I don't even want to talk about how much money it's worth, but the monetary value behind it's something like 75 something dollars. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's worth way more than that. You get Brian, me, David. You get all of us for a week inside the chat room. You get the ultra scans. You get everything. All I can say is if you do win, show up every day. Take advantage of this. It's something that not everyone, obviously gets to take advantage of. And trust me, ask anyone that's been here that has been in the room or is in the room. It's invaluable. All right. Who else do we got to add here? Zishan, you're already on the list. Yeah. Brian, we got you. Hey, look, Brian's back. Brian, by the way, Jason here is the one that was going to message you on Discord. If he hasn't, I recommend you to link up. All right. Thomas, what do we got going on? Alpine with the super chat, man. I appreciate that so much. You the man. I don't really have any way to toast. Usually I toast to those, but I don't. So I guess I'll toast to you my A&W Zero Sugar Root Beer, which they're actually really good. I'm not going to lie. I really do appreciate that, man. Constantine was here. Can't forget about Constantine. Got Mom. Jag, he's already on there. David. Can't forget about David. How could I ever forget about David? Mora Trades was here. I don't know if they're still here. Asking me about the Lambo. If I was ever going to own a crazy car like that, it would be the Aston Martin DB9. That's my dream car. Or I'd probably just get like the newest ZR1. I've always liked the Corvette. That's been like my go-to possibly affordable car. You won last week? I just noticed that the super chat says I won last week. Yes, you did. Wait, you did? I don't have your name down that you won. Well, that'll be good for you, Thomas, because he's on the West Coast, so, or not Thomas, Jason. So CM080601111, you are part of the awesomeness spin now because you decided to say cool car, because it is a cool car. Thomas, you never heard of this, man? It's A&W Zero Sugar Root Beer, and it tastes like the A&W root beer. It's actually really good. No caffeine, which is nice. I don't remember you winning last week, Alpine. I actually took that as in like you won via trading. I thought, who was it that won last week? Because I actually didn't write their name down, I don't think. It was Bellman. It was, yeah, I did put him in there. It was Tip Your Bellman. Brian, what's up, man? All right, last call. I missed it. For the Team ISW giveaway, I'll give you guys one more minute. We'll go to 10:08. 27 in the chat if you're interested. I know there's a couple people that are just kind of showing up. Brian, you're going to be put on the Wheel of Awesomeness regardless. If you're interested in the Team ISW package for next week, come join us in the chat rooms. Get actionable scanners. I don't know where that word actionable came out. I mean, that's all that they provide is action. But yeah, if you're interested in that, just type 27 in. Mountain Dew Zero Sugar, yeah. It's the Coke Zeros too are really good. I like those. I should just be drinking another protein. I drank one this morning, so I'll probably wait till tomorrow morning. So while we are waiting this extra 30 seconds for any possible 27s to come through, Alpine, what did you win last week? Now I want to know. So we got Zishan, Jason, and DT Earth looking for the ISW team package for next week. We're coming in hot in 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Here we go. Oh, and it's DT Earth. All right, so DT Earth, all you have to do is find me in Discord. Link is down in the description. Message me, and we'll get you hooked up over the weekend for the ISW package for next week. Alpine, yes, you are right. I want to start keeping a list of that as well. Let me start doing that. DT Earth, get you on there because we don't do repeat winners up in here. And then I'm going to start keeping track of who wins the awesomeness. Alpine will be the first one, just out of curiosity. No problem, DT. We look forward to you being in there as well. Now, onto the Wheel of Awesomeness. I appreciate you guys all being here. I seriously do. Alpine, thanks for the tip, the super chat. I also appreciate that. It's really good to hang out with you guys. It's one last little, shooting the shit with the stock market, kind of going over the week, just pressing forward, always looking for ways to improve, and just sitting here talking with you guys. It really kind of puts everything out there as well. And I've always wanted to be open, transparent, honest with you guys, and I have been this entire time. It's just who I am at this point in life as well, and it's so easy for me to be this way, and I'm sure that kind of comes across with you guys. So if you ever do have any questions and you want to hear the blunt, honest truth, feel free to contact me, because a lot of people don't like me now because I am that way, and sometimes the truth hurts, but I just don't have time for those games anymore in life. It's a lot easier to just be upfront about everything and get to the point. And sometimes I have that compassionate side, but I'm always going to find a way to just get down to business. So with that said, here we go. Who wants to be Mr. Awesome this week? Let's find out. We're going to do it here in 5, 4, 3, I'm going to let it land on my mom and then click it because that's how it works. Boom! Good luck, everybody. No way. Tell me it's not a sign. Tell me it's not a sign. DT Earth winning back to back. Something is telling you, man, that you are in the right place. I'm just gonna throw it out there, man. You're in the right place. With that said, go play the lottery, my man. Go do something that involves getting chosen, because you just got chosen twice. And yeah, I expect to see you here Monday morning if you are trading live with us. And with that said, guys, have a good weekend. Again, I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys Monday morning. Peace.